What's more frightening than a Demogorgon? A flying Demogorgon! Wah! And today I shall create one! BrickoMotion. Hello! Claire here. This Halloween November, I'm dressing up my mini dolls using my creepy costumes downloadable pattern. If you want to recreate the costumes at home, feel free to make your own or go to BrickoMotion.com and get mine and save yourself some trouble. I wish I could have done that. I like my mini doll Demogorgon. I spent quite some time painting it last year and I don't think it got as much screen time as it should have. I also know that is totally my bad, so I'm making up for it. I'm giving him a demon wings because I think that demon wings will fit him very well. I want these wings to become a dark red, like the insides of his mouth, and because I'm using a water-based brush pen, that means I have to layer the paint until I get my desired shade. And then I can make some areas more interesting simply by painting an extra layer on top. The black smudges on the front represent holes in the wings, and it's up to you if you want to cut them out or leave them in. I'll leave mine for now. I can always come back and cut them out later if I change my mind. I want these pointy things at the end to be the same color as Lego's dark tan. Matching Lego colors is, how should I put it, impossible. And I believe the closest I can get to it is by mixing a pale yellow and a warm gray. The result isn't perfect, by no means, but I'm not that much off either. And that's the important part. Oops, I will have to postpone the cutting for a while, so my brain has time to relearn the importance of letting the paint dry before trying to do surgery. The only tricky thing to cut out here are these little hooks, claws, wing hooks. I'm just extra careful not to cut through the wings while cutting around them. And I really like the look of these wings with the black border, so I'm leaving a bit of it, just a smidge. It will give the wings and the mini doll wearing them a cartoony look, which I think the Demogorgon needs. Now that it's cut, I want to paint it from the back as well. This is not a necessary step, as my daughter will demonstrate in a few minutes. It's just what I feel like doing right now. I'll have to let the red and yellow dry again before I draw on the black border. The black would bleed into the other colors significantly. Now that might be the look you are going for, but I don't want it right now. Good thing I only need to relearn a lesson once a day. Sometimes you can damage the print of your paint a bit while cutting the pattern out. If that bothers you, like it does me, you can just go over that place one more time with the same color. As you have seen in my pumpkin video, I also like to darken the edges of the pattern. Mostly because I like doing extra work, but also because it looks so much better than if I don't. Especially now that I left the black borders. Only the warm gray now, and we can move on to trying these wings out. That is, after I finish the smaller demon wings as well. And these tiny wings are made to fit a microdoll. I'll be using Li Sheng for reasons that will become clear in a few videos. And also I needed a microdoll on whom shiny silver wings would fit. Color matching still very important, indeed. I have found this silver marker somewhere in my stash at some point, and I just needed to try it out. That is why these wings are silver. I want the wing hooks to be dark gray, maybe even black. They will match Shang's outfit very well. I am very happy that my hole puncher decided to work this time. And I cut out the rest of the pattern also without any major problems. The thing I had a problem with is how in some places the silver went over the black through no fault of my own at all, and I would like that part to be black. So what I tried to do is paint it over with the black again, but the silver layer was not having it. That's why I had to go in with the craft knife and peel it off to reveal the black border that was hidden underneath. Then I decided I'm gonna paint the edge first and then the other side, for no particular reason whatsoever. Because I now know that the silver is very pigmented, I wasn't bothered too much if I made any mistakes with the black borders. And I also now knew that if I overdo it with the silver, I can use my craft knife again and make it a bit better. It's like with experience, you become quicker at doing things. Huh! Who knew? And now we can put the wings onto our beloved characters. I'll do Li Shang first. For the wings to stay in the position we want them to, you need to bend the part that goes around the neck quite a bit. You can try it out, as I am, and then if it doesn't fit as well, you can just bend it even more. Like so. I think the wings look amazing, even though there's nothing holding them really in place, so they do wobble a bit if you touch them. Which why wouldn't you? The big wings you will need to fold. I have done this quite a few times while creating these patterns, so I know approximately where I need to bend it. If you're still unsure where exactly the bend should be, put the wings onto the legs, secure them with the torso, and then bend. If you're doing this from paper or cardstock, the paper should stay in place as it is. I am so happy with how the flying Demogorgon turned out. I honestly don't even know what to tell you. I did not expect him to just look so good. I think that because I painted him in a somewhat cartoony fashion, the cartoony wings really fit into that nicely. And I'm not sorry at all for painting the backside. Maybe just for not transferring the black holes in the wings. I think they do add a bit of something into it. This is probably a good time to remind you that this Demogorgon isn't really a Demogorgon. It's Merida dressed up as a Demogorgon. There you go. Now you can sleep tonight. I know because I made these patterns. The smaller ones are basically the same as the big ones. But it is incredible to me that Demogorgon looks scary and Shang just looks so incredibly cute. Yeah, Shang, I know you are a real fierce warrior, but you are also so cute. I'm beginning to think that the overall effect these wings are going to have relies more on the mini doll than on the wings themselves. Could that be? Let's test this hypothesis out. This is a mini doll that is Halloween themed and on which black silver wings would make sense. Shang, I'm so sorry, but I need those wings now. To put them on the evil witch, the evil witch, the evil witch. Which is looking amazing. But is it cute or is it scary? I'll say it looks good. And then you can tell me in the comments below, would you rather put her with the fairies Or are you going to have bad dreams because of her? Now, in case you have been wondering, what do these wings remind you of? Or have you already recognized them as Demon Sunset Shimmer's wings? I made these wings what feels like 76 years ago. I have changed the design slightly. The wings are now smaller and bigger, and I have changed how you put them onto the mini doll. This was based on the Lego model of wings that they were making for the DC superhero girls, and it works very well if you're using transparent plastic for it. If not, I optimized my patterns for making them out of paper, because paper is so much easier to work with, and I think more of you have paper at home than plastic sheets that you can cut out. Just a quick side note here, if you ever find yourself wishing to create these wings out of plastic, I would recommend altering them so that they attach to the mini doll both at the waist and at the neck. Because plastic does not bend as well as paper, no matter where you attach it. It will not work. One person I know for sure has recognized these wings is my daughter. She loved the idea of sunset shimmers so much. She once again took Azari's mini doll and made her look like Demon Sunset Shimmer as much as possible without using any painted parts. I actually think she succeeded in it pretty well. And then she just wanted the microdoll to match the mini doll, but that didn't work because we still don't have that many microdolls at our disposal. So she just took what she could, and this is the result. She didn't paint the backside because she felt she didn't need to, which is perfectly fine. I just kind of wish she had. My daughter wasn't the only one who was testing out my patterns. I also sent them to Fab's mini doll. He painted them silverly black and red. Well, I guess great minds think alike. Would you create red and silver wings using this pattern? Or would you be able to use some other colors? Tell me in the comments or show me on social media by tagging them with Crafty Dressify. Next up from the Creepy Costumes pattern that is still available on BrickoMotion.com are the vampire cloak and bat belt and bow tie. And sorry if the flying Demogorgon freaked you out. Next year I'll make him go as a carnivorous pumpkin. That might help with your nightmares. Or not. So, you think you're a better witch than me because you have wings? Well, you're right. I'm gonna go make myself some wings too. Until the next time you click on one of my videos, bye-bye. Halloween November? This is gonna be more like a Halloween year.